Well, how about it, Ms. Andrews? I've got her this time.
Ms. Andrews?
I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. There is?
Well, yes, you are absolutely correct, Ms. Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Come on, man. Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Come on now. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Engard's room... Adrien Andrews? Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed, understood? All right. Okay. That's it. That's when Franziska planted this idea into her head. She must have told Ms. Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job of proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? Uh-oh. Edgeworth knows what it is. What's wrong, right? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? Not quite, bitch.
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Bullshit. Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurita. Oh, are we going to play that game now? We're going to play that game now. Alright, let's start building a motive then. Because you know motive is what we need.
Ms. Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Kurita?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But Ms. Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation. Oh yeah?
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Ms. Adrien Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not yet been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But that's not true.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. And at tomorrow's trial...
Fuck, we can't go tomorrow, man. Maya's gonna die. We can't stop now. We don't have it tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Uh-oh. Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please. Oh, please let the trial continue. I thought that was going to be Edgeworth's rebuttal. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... Edgeworth is cool with Maya, if you remember, well, from the first game.
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Objection!
Who said objection now? Edgeworth, okay. It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Okay.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation were something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there's one little thing that I'm curious about. Ms. Andrews, when you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if You have a reason behind your actions. I would like you to testify to that effect. Sorry, I got my ice was coming through my straw. I had to fix it. Testify? Yeah, testify, bitch. Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. Okay, why are we gonna Okay, we're just gonna rehash old shit, alright. I don't know what is about the Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. He seems like he's on my team to me. I'm down for it. I'm all for it, man. I'm all for this.
The court acknowledges prosecution's request. Ms. Andrews, if you please.
He's okay with listening to Edgeworth, but not me. What an asshole. Not like this is new news to us. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. That's actually a better story than what you told us originally. What the fuck, man? Sorry, what?
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I don't think I needed to include something so trivial. Oh yeah? What a bitch then. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on with that brain of yours, man?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Alright, here we go. It's time to press this bitch some more. God, she had like, what is like 5 or 6 more freaking statements? God, my throat is already dying, guys. Already, my ass. It's already been like an hour. Fuck, it's already. Anyway, but there wasn't anyone else in the room, right? Of course not. Then who did you pour it for? Mr. Wright, there's a rhyme and reason for everything. Can you wait just a little longer for it to be revealed to you? In other words, Wright, be quiet and listen. Precisely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Okay. I mean, I didn't expect anything to come out of some of these, but you know what? Don't get sassy with me, bitches. So, it was a mess. Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Mr. Corita? Aw, yeah. I understand your frustrations in not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence, bro. And then, what did you see next, witness? Alright, so far we got nothing. Slumped over entirely. Okay. Slumped over? Yes, he was just sitting there with his head tilted forward. Eyes closed. He doesn't look like he was sleeping. Is it just me, or did that sound like a little odd? Huh. Sitting there like he was sleeping? Huh. Thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind? Okay. Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. And then he felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap. Anyways, that's what I thought.
I see, so you didn't think he was dead at all.
Okay, nothing there. He fainted or something, okay.
You thought he fainted?
Ugh. I thought he was asleep at first. But then, the room was in such a messy state. I thought maybe he had gotten into a fight with someone. And that is when you went to pour the glass of juice. Yes, he always has a hard time waking up. So Juan always has a glass of tomato juice to drink.
I see. And after that, what happened next?
Okay, so those two statements didn't even help me with anything. So far all we have is where Phoenix was saying something was odd. And how did you come to realize that he in fact was dead? I shook him over and over, but I never got a response. So I set the glass down on the dresser and tried to take his pulse. I was shocked and staggered backward. And knocked the flower vase over. So that's what happened. Yes. This is what it all comes down to. Huh? This is the absolute end for both sides, and Adrien is letting her guard down. Phoenix, now is our best chance yet to kill the prosecution's case. Isn't that a bit harsh? Ms. Andrews, will you tell us the truth this time? Alright, so it was this one, right? Let me read this one again. Slumped over. Yes, he was sitting there with his head tilted forward, eyes closed. He really looked like he was sleeping. Was it just me or did that sound a little odd? Okay. So let's go back to that one and see what I got. The crime scene photo seems like the most likely thing to help me here, but what is it? He's hunched over forward, head down. Knife in his chest. I feel like from where she came into the room, I actually don't know where the door to the room is, now that I think about it. But based on this positioning of where he's sitting and where the glass of juice is relative to where he's sitting, seems like bullshit to me. Let's just present this. Should I save it before I present this? Probably. Let me save it. I might be wrong, I might be right, but I'm thinking this one makes more sense. Because the way it's angled, I don't really remember where the freaking door is in that room. You can't really see the doors in those kinds of rooms. But I feel like the way he's facing in that photo, it makes all the sense that she would have seen him dead already. Sounds like bullshit. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence in the statement? Aw, oh, damn it. Wait, did I present the wrong thing? What did I just present? I don't think that won me any points. Oh, shit. I think I presented the wrong thing, guys. Did I present this one? I think I presented the wrong one. Your Honor, what do you think? Oh, man. Maybe I did present the right one. Son of a bitch. I feel like I'm presenting the right piece of evidence. Maybe I'm presenting it on the wrong fucking statement. I hate that about this game. I'm glad I saved it now because that was dumb. I think on the first one I might have presented the wrong photo. If I didn't, I definitely didn't present the wrong one the second time. Anyway, I'll meet you back here in a second. Maybe I have to present it on this one? So I'm sitting like that? Let's try it. Crime photo. Okay, see, I did present the right piece of evidence. I just presented the wrong fucking thing. I knew it. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body. Yeah, really though, you would have seen him with a knife right there in his chest. He would have been obviously dead. Ah!
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight out of Mr. Kurita's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that there was a dead man. That's what I'm saying. That sounds so dumb. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is...
Ms. Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. Ah! And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you are the real killer. Aw, bitches. No! Okay, did we do it, guys? Did we do it? I think we might have done it.
It looks like the defense has somehow brought this ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Engard, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Ms. Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because...
Ms. Andrews, I will give you one last chance. What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
That's a good question. If she didn't kill him, what the fuck is she hiding? I refuse to testify. I'm telling you, if you're gonna keep refusing, then you're going to jail.
Then there is no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Engard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? It doesn't feel like we found the truth. It feels like we finally proved our client innocent, but we haven't proven who did it. What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Yeah, everyone usually gives up by now.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard.
Hell yeah! Uh-oh. Motherfucking Edgeworth, what do you want now? Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
What?
The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. Okay? I'm so confused.
The absolute real truth? What are you...
Witness, don't you understand yet? Huh? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Ungard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie! I don't believe you. What? I was told if I spoke then it would be all over and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then, right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Yeah, this is getting complicated, man. But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority. Yeah, otherwise Maya's gonna die. It wasn't me, I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please, someone. Help me.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor?
The court can't continue on like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
I am not a role model.
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't that obvious? There's no one else it could be except the woman crying right over there, right? Nope. I had a feeling there's somebody else behind this shit. Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, if we crest the not guilty verdict, I'm thinking Edgeworth will not be happy. So let's go ahead and force her to testify some more. That is what Edgeworth was saying. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around it. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. I need some water, man. My fucking glass is empty. Ms. Andrews, I would like to know what you are really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. Ungard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me. You already been tricked, bitch.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong. Uh-oh. Edgeworth's got that finger wagging. Such a shame. Well, Andrews is the only one who's going to lose here. I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However...
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Ms. Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Uh-oh. Stop!
Mr. Edgeworth?
This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Oh, I see. Stop! Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. What will you do now, witness? You know what I'm about to do, don't you? I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrien Andrews. a secret of her codependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop! I beg you! If people find out, I'll... If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Damn. How can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your breathing lips, no matter what I have to do. Harsh, bro. Harsh. So, will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. Here we go. She's gonna do it. I'll talk, but please, help me. Oh, God. Okay. Let's hear about your suicidal nature. Nothing matters anymore. Here we go. Her crime is gonna be interesting. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one else in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Huh. Weird. So she's the one that planted all the evidence to make it look like Matt, but she didn't do it, is what she's saying.
Stab the body with the knife, but why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but this is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Last time? So, Ms. Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with the murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder. And this is her crime. Okay. What? How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Ms. Andrews supposed to be the real murderer?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
We're gonna cross-examine this? What the fuck are we... I don't even... okay. Let's press it, I guess. But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling me the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is a part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour him juice. Okay. Weird, but alright. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because Juan, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button. The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Okay. That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it, so I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes toward him. Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Okay, keep pressing, keep pressing. So you were the one to stab the victim with the knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But, at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button, somehow I could make Matt look even more suspect. So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it on Mr. Ngartsakama? Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they? Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. What inconvenience was that? An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. Durr. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That would be Ms. Oldbag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again. Fair enough. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Okay. You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony. You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct? Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
That I don't know. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened that guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume. Okay.
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Ungod's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama, yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word, what does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal. It's Matt on guard! Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said that I should, under no circumstances, confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words. Your codependence and shit, man.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
Great, then who the fuck is? Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer.
Fine.
The cross-examination of the witness is over, and so is today's trial.
No, but my,
You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit? Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Ms. Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately. Dude, Maya's gonna die. Well, the thing is, what we know about Maya is she kind of escaped. So, even though she'll probably be safe because she escaped, Phoenix doesn't know that.
That's all. Court is adjourned for today.
Oh, no, that's bad. That is bad. This is all bad, man. What the hell? Just empty fucking chair. Oh, God, Phoenix. Dude. Dude, look at it. I've never seen that. That's crazy. Today's trial, it's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright was also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remember just now. I found this in the room on that day. Of course you did, the room. That day? Yes. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. It was lying there right next to him. You found that card next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? Dumbass. Yeah, I guess not, but it's still a strange card, if you ask me. It could have relevance, but as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Uh-oh. Edgeworth is like, witness that card. Give it to me. Hurry. Edgeworth? Do you have any idea what you have stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen such an emotional Edgeworth in my entire life. Okay. That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean? Edwards is going to make me figure it out on my own, isn't he? He is! What a son of a bitch. Oh, well, the card we will figure out later, I guess. Son of a bitch. Well, this case has got interesting, and now Phoenix thinks Maya's about to die. Or is dead. So, yay for that. I guess in the next episode, we'll figure out exactly what the current situation is. Because we know Maya has escaped. So, no matter what the killer tells Phoenix, we know it to be bullshit. So we'll see, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace!